Well, greetings and welcome to this episode of Healing
Healing
Courageously
courageously.
with your host, Randy and Kathy Boyd.
Hi.
And we're doing this on a little different platform right now. We don't have all our names up there, so that's why I'm letting you know that I'm Randy, she's Kathy. Or she's Randy, and I'm Kathy.
You're pointing, but people are listening.
Well,
basically, we're Randy and Kathy. We're all the same, whether
we're all
it's
the
Kathy and
same.
Randy or Randy and Kathy.
Hey, we really hope you've enjoyed this month and going over the SMART goals. I'm hoping it's giving you some insight and maybe a new way to look at things.
Yeah.
But so this episode, we're going to do our final one, which is time specific. But before I get into that, I mean, we got some good stuff coming up, don't we?
We do have some fun stuff coming up. We got the month of February and March covered. So we're looking forward. February, March, and April. Yes, actually, we are booked out for 3 months now, which will be nice. We have some guests coming in over the next couple of months that will be joining us on podcasts. We have
What's February?
February is the month of love.
Yeah.
So we have some couples that we have been mentoring over the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
They're going to come in, and each week we have a new couple that we're going to talk about the 4 P's of love. And I don't
hear it, but I hear there's a real power couple coming in too to help to do.
Are you talking about you and I?
I didn't say anything about you and I.
I
just said a power couple. I mean,
I know you well enough to know that that's who you're talking about.
Blow it. They don't need to know.
Oh, you're so funny.
What are we doing in March? March Miracles.
And in March, we have March Miracles. Yeah. We have a few people. We've got 4 different people that are going to come in and share their miracles of how God has shown up in their lives. Yep. And so we're looking forward to having some guests come in and just share some miracle work that we know that God is the true healer and the one that the one that makes miracles happen for us. So we're looking forward to that.
They do happen. They're not always big, grandiose type miracles. They're little ones.
Yeah, but when we hear about them, when you hear it, you're going to say, okay, I see God. And it's going to give hope. There's hope out there for people who might be experiencing things that happen in their life, and also open all of our eyes to see that there's miracles happening all around us.
Yeah.
We just have to be open. Like you say, they're not these big things. Sometimes they're just really small.
Yeah.
But being aware of them allows us to see them differently, or actually allows them to see them for the first time.
And then what's happening in April?
April is Child Abuse Month.
It'll be a tough one.
It'll be a heavy month, but an important month.
We gotta do it.
It's something that has to be done. Yes. So April's Child Abuse Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. So we will be touching on different topics related around that.
Yep.
So we encourage you to stick with us. We've got a lot of good things planned for the rest of the year as well.
We might even have somebody come in and tell their story.
That's true.
Other than me,
no, that's true.
Give some other people. I mean, it'd be nice to do. So.
Kind of looking forward to kind of winding down on SMART goals. I feel like this was a long month. There were 5 Mondays to the month. So each month we covered a different area of our SMART goals. I'll just kind of touch bases real quick on them before we start on today. So our first week we talked about the S as in specific. A goal is specific when you can describe it concretely to others.
Yep.
And then the second week we had measurable. You need to be able to tell when you've accomplished it. So we've got to be able to measure that. The A in SMART is for attainable. It can't be a pipe dream or something unrealizable. We have to be able to realize it. And then we had R on week 4, relevant. A goal is relevant when it's important to you, when it references your values.
Yes.
And then today we're going to close out the month with time specific. So time specific is goals are not open-ended. They have dates attached. So it's like it's got a finalization. It's got an ending to it. So what can you share, honey, about the time specific?
Again, when we're going through our goals, we have our start point. And then we have let's just say a long-term goal, okay, which is, it could be, who knows what it could be. I want to go on a vacation this summer to Cancun and just be able to explore all of, that peninsula down there, right? But between now and the summer, there might be little goals in between.
Yeah.
So
to get to that big goal.
So the time specific part of I want to go on a vacation, I'm just hypothetically speaking, Cancun. I want to go what is it? It's February, January. I want to go to Cancun in August, right? So it's very time specific. And matter of fact, I want to go on August 15th.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for 10 days. So that's very time specific. Goal is I want to go to Cancun, right? Is it measurable? Yes, it's measurable. Is it attainable? Absolutely, it's attainable. Is it relevant? Yes, it is. Okay. Now, time specific. So you got the time specific.
Yeah.
So what are you going to have to do in between setting the goal and reaching your destination? You might have probably, let's say, was that 6 months? You might have 6 months, maybe 3 or 4 other little goals in between today and the big goal that you want to, that, you know, of leaving on Cancun. So no matter what the goal is, you know, it's like, yeah, I got that big goal. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you got it. You want to go.
Now what?
Now what? Now what are you going to do to get there? What do you mean, Randy? Well, I mean, do you have the finances all put away? All right. Do you have the airline tickets?
Right. Do you have the place to stay?
Do you have the place to stay? Right. Have you looked into different things you want to do?
Yeah.
Right.
And so, is it relevant? Is that a good, safe place to go to?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing to think about too.
Right,
in that scenario. I mean,
exactly. Is Cancun the best place to go to in today's world?
Are you taking your kids?
Yeah.
Would you take your kids to Cancun? I mean, there's just so many things to be that you have to want to be relevant on. So
some of that thought pattern will be done right after you got the point A and you got the ending point, the end point, right?
Yeah.
So some of those thought patterns, that's where a coach comes in. You'll sit down and you'll talk about all that, right? And then say, okay, well, I need to get the funds together. I've got X amount of funds right now. Is it possible for me to raise the money to go? Well, you don't even know what it's going to cost to go until you've made all the phone calls. So you've got to achieve all these little goals in between, and you got to be very time specific about when am I going to start calling the agencies to see what it's going to cost?
Right.
All right. When am I going to see if they got childcare?
Yeah.
When am I going to call the airline tickets, the airline to book? Right. So, and doing all that, right? When am I going to talk to the hotel and see what it's going to cost? You need to find out if it's even achievable or attainable financially.
Right. That's good.
And maybe it is for your financial status, but at the point you don't have the finances.
Right. So now what?
So that's why all this other planning in between, that's why you're going to set these little tiny goals in between.
Yeah. So SMART goals, you've got one major goal, but you've got a lot of little goals to accomplish and check the boxes as you go along and accomplish those.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like, you know, Kathy and I are going to Hawaii next month. And 4 months ago, she goes, well, we need to figure out how we're going to get, you know, from the airport to the resort. I go, we're fine. We got a guy over that's an Uber driver we talked to when we were there last time. I mean, 4 months ago, it's like, we'll do it. We got
to get a little closer, right?
Yeah, because it's Uber. So it's like now it's getting down to the end. She texted me the other day, and we got to figure out this drive situation. Yeah. And I was thinking the same thing that day, by the way. And so she's very much she'd rather get it done 4 months early.
I'm one of those, like, I could have packed already.
Yeah.
We're not leaving for another 5 weeks. So
it's just
I'm task oriented when it comes to that.
Right, exactly. So when we're setting our goal for ourselves, whether it's a vacation, whether it's buying a house, whether it's for our family, whether it's getting married.
Yeah,
all right.
Getting married is
I'm
also
get married, right?
SMART goals would really be helpful for couples getting married. You know?
There's a lot of things in life, right, that we need, that would be wise to set goals for. Again, we'll go back to what we said at the first of the year, New Year's resolutions. I went to the gym. I couldn't even. I mean, the parking lot is huge. I couldn't find a parking spot anywhere. On the 3rd of January, I'm going, what were you thinking, Boyd?
Yeah.
Right. So with those New Year's resolutions, a resolution is something that you set that
Sometimes
very
it's so
rare,
easy to just
to do away
walk
with
away.
it.
But
Right.
you know, good old Randy here and his good old mindset, he's got his silver sneakers with
Like,
Medicare. He was able to go across the way, across the
Right.
freeway to the little boutique type gym.
ah,
Found out they take his silver sneakers, so it's paid for. And it's a smaller gym.
smaller,
But
smaller gym, but it's got all the equipment.
Everything
So,
he needs is there. So he was able to get back on track.
so my goal, my goal is to get back in the shape I was before I had COVID and all my back issues.
Yeah.
Right. And I ran across a hurdle.
Yeah.
Right. So what did I do? I found I had to reset
Yeah.
my mindset and go, you know what? Just go across the highway and find out if they take the silver sneakers. Why not? And they did.
Yeah.
And so now I'm back on track. My goal got interrupted for a brief time, but now I'm back on track.
So it's good to know that goals can be interrupted,
Yes.
that there can be pauses, but it doesn't mean you have to stop. You don't
No.
have to give in. You just want to, like you say, reset
Right.
or pivot on that and, you know, go to walk yourself through or get a coach that can walk you through that
Okay.
as well.
Here's another example. Kathy and I, we had our condo in Maui, and I so badly wanted to take all my kids and grandkids to
Yeah.
Maui. Right. So we talked to all the kids. We came up with a plan, a
The
goal. We had the
specific
goal.
goal.
Yeah, specific goal was to go at this certain date. So first thing we did is we talked to all of our kids. Okay, that's the first goal we had to come to. What do the kids want to do? What can they afford? What can't they afford?
Mhm.
So we walked that through with them. Right. We came up with a plan. Then Kathy and I, we called the complex, and we had to do some fudging. As a matter of fact, we missed a whole year going there
Right.
so that we could afford to
We
get.
banked and borrowed
Right,
basically
right, exactly.
our options. Yeah.
Exactly. So we got everything set.
So we
the kids are saving the money.
We got an attainable goal.
Right.
It's measurable.
Yep.
It's specific. It's been measurable. It's attainable. It was relevant at the time. And it was time specific because we had dates laid out.
Everything was laid out.
We had airlines. We had everything.
Everything. The kids could afford it.
The kids were able to afford it. They saved their money.
Yeah, they had their money. It was
everything was banked. It was all ready to go.
And
so we had a great goal.
and then
COVID hit. This was booked for July of 2020, and we all shut down in March of 2020.
And we could not go.
So we couldn't go.
So it was, we were able to get all of our money back that we had put out. The kids were able to get all their money back that they had put out.
Which allowed them to do the things that they needed to do now.
Exactly. So their goal switched. They understood there was nothing nobody could do, right? So our goal got interrupted. Was I upset? I was really upset, to be honest with you. But it all worked out for the better in the long run.
Everybody got their money. They got to make,
Right.
They redid their vacation plans when things lifted, and it all worked itself out. But you're right. Goal, just because we have a SMART goal and we follow the practices of the SMART goal doesn't mean it's always going to come through. We might not be able to accomplish it because there might be certain things that'll come up in our lives.
Right.
That either cancel the goal, which is what happened with us,
exactly.
or we learn to pivot and reset, and the goal will get accomplished. We just have to go a different route to get to it. So I think that was a good example. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So
again, it's really important on your goals to have all these available. Right. And just again, we're just going to say the best way to do this, right? We're just going to be honest with you, is to sit down with a coach.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to do this with a family member. You want to do this with a third party, right? Because family members or relatives or whatever,
everybody has an opinion, but just kind of reiterating, Randy is a certified life coach. We're not just doing this because it's fun. I mean, it is fun. I enjoy doing this, but Randy's been trained to do this. This is an education. He continues in his education. He's working towards a mental health certification right now. He's trauma informed. So there, yes, we know a lot of people out there that know us personally that have journeyed with us. We have helped a lot of people. We help ourselves by helping others as well, and then the life experiences. So I say that because there's been education behind this. This is not just on a whim that we want to do
No.
this. You worked,
I
he
got a
has worked hard.
PhD.
PhD. Can you tell me what that is again?
No, so I have a PhD.
Uh-huh.
I got a PhD.
Okay.
And I went to the University of Life.
Ah,
And
there
the
you
people
go.
that know me could really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, getting a life coach, it's somebody that you can relate to, somebody that, has the experience of life, because that's really what a life coach is. And most people get certified to be life coaches because of the experiences they've had in life.
Right.
They want to be able to give back and help others. So, if you are interested in wanting to work with a life coach, it doesn't have to necessarily be on SMART goals, although that would be something that would benefit you. If you have anything in you that you have, um, that you're struggling in life, whether it be your business, whether it be family, whether it be
Marriage.
relationships, your marriages, things like that. That's where a life coach comes into play. And you want to, basically, we all have the answers within us, but we don't always know how to get those answers out of us. And that's where you, as a life coach, or we can journey with you and pull that information from you. I know I walked around for a long time thinking I knew it all. I didn't know it all. I knew what got me to where I was, but I didn't know what was going to get me beyond that.
She's still a know-it-all.
I am not a know-it-all. I really have learned a lot in my own journey.
And also I am SIMBA certified. It's Save Your Marriage Before It Starts. It's an assessment. It's a blast to do. If you're engaged or thinking about getting engaged, you've been a long time couple, this is great for you. If you've been married for multiple years, it's great for you as well. When you fill out the form, before you take the assessment, if they see that you've been married for a long time, they adjust the assessment for you being married. So it's a great marriage tool. We have so much fun doing it with the couples. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's
like it seems like all the married couples that we have journeyed with and stuff are all happily married.
Yep.
They've all had babies or having babies, and it's just been it's such a good experience. So anybody out there that is, if you're engaged or looking to get married, reach out to us. We'd be happy to do that and have fun with you doing that. So
let's just real quick again, let's close this with a recap. And there's S is for specific. Your goal has to be specific, right? It can't be, well, my mother-in-law doesn't do this, but no, you want a specific goal. That might change. Okay.
The M is for measurable. You need to be able to tell when it's accomplished. You've got to be able to measure that it's when it's accomplished. And then you want to do the A?
Yeah, and A is attainable. It can't be a pipe dream or something unrealizable. Okay,
it's got to be real.
It's got to be real. I want to be a concert pianist, and you're 50 years old and you want to be a wife. It's not going to work. That's something
learn to be while you're 52.
You can get good, but you're not going to be able to.
You may not be a concert pianist. You might learn how to play the piano.
My Spanish guitar teacher, I was with him for 5 years, and I would love so much to play like him. But man, I tell you,
not an attainable goal.
It's not an attainable goal. If I was a kid, it'd be attainable.
And then we have the R is for relevant. A goal is relevant when it's important to you, not anybody else, but it's important to you, and when it references your values. That's something that's really important. Is it's got to be important to you, and it's got to reference your values. And then today we're finishing out with time specific. Goals that are not open-ended, they have dates attached, so they're very specific on the times that you're going to accomplish and reach that goal. So we really hope that you enjoyed this. And like I said, if we can be of service and help to you, you can reach out to us at changeyourlifestorynow.com, changeyourlifestorynow.com. There's an information tab in there that you can send us an email, contact information, and we'll be in touch with you on that.
And if you fill out that contact page, click the box, there's two things. One, a free 30-minute coaching session just to get to know you. Free, all for nothing, no cost. And also you'll get my
30-day devotional.
30-day devotional, the wholeness book, for free.
Right.
Right?
It'll be downloaded,
Oh,
you can download it
right.
as a PDF.
Exactly.
So you want to definitely do that. And we'll also add you to our e-newsletter, which we're going to be sending out once a month, and it will have different topics each month that we're discussing. So we encourage you to do that. Also, it's really important for me. I'm trying to learn social media so much more, but if you don't follow us, please check us out on both Facebook and Instagram. Like and share our page. There'll be weekly posts. Please, we just ask that you share that, reach out. You never know when somebody
Right.
might just need what is being posted that
Right.
day. It might just get them to the place that they need to realize that they need help for their own healing. And then in conjunction with all of this, our underlying goal is we want to make sure we're helping people.
Yeah.
And in order for us to do that, we've created the Courageous Healers Foundation, which is our nonprofit foundation that helps men, women, families heal from the scars of trauma. Trauma comes in all shapes and sizes. It could be abuse, it could be spiritual, emotional, it could be loss of a parent, it could be loss of a marriage. There's just so many things that happen in people's lives that healing is so important. I met with a friend today that I haven't seen in 20 plus years. Our kids grew up together, and just being able to share what's been happening in our lives and her to share what's happened in her lives makes me realize we're not alone.
All right.
We all have something in our lives that we're having to manage, heal, work through. And so we rely solely on donations for the foundation. We appreciate those that are doing donations on a monthly basis. If you have it in your heart and would like to make a donation, whether it's $1 or $100, you can set it up through monthly donation where it just automatically takes care of it for you. Or if you'd like to make a large donation, you can do that also. You can click the link through the changeyourlifestorynow.com or go to courageoushealers.org. And you'll be able to find the link there to make your donation. But we really truly rely on those donations to help people. We work with men, women, and families many times throughout the year, and some of them can't afford it, or they have very little. Maybe they don't have insurance, things like that. And we want to make sure we can help everybody, and we don't want to turn anybody away. Healing's too important to us, so we want to make it important to them as well. So we invite you to just definitely visit courageoushealers.org. If you would like to set up for a donation. If finances are not where you're at right now, I totally understand. We just ask that you keep us in prayer and prayerfully keep the foundation in prayer that that we can continue this journey to help others. And then Randy, you have your books. You want to share about all these wonderful books that you've done here.
This one, Healing the Wounded Child Within, right? #1 international bestseller in 8 countries and #1 in 5 mental health categories. It is available on Amazon, Kindle, paperback, and Audible. And if you're a Amazon customer, you probably can get it on Audible for free.
Those points that you get.
You get all those points you can get, right? And then that is also available now in Spanish.
Here, let me read it for you.
Okay, you read it. There,
okay. Sanar las heridas del niño interior by Randy Boyd.
So there it is.
In Spanish.
In Spanish. That's available also on Amazon in paperback and paperback and Kindle. The 7-day challenge, which is a workbook that goes with your Healing the Wounded Child Within. Paperback on Amazon. And then again, we've got this 30-day devotional to wholeness, which is in paperback and Kindle. All available on Amazon.
But the 30-day devotional you can get just by going to our link and filling out the contact form, and you can download it in a PDF format for free.
Yeah.
So there you are. So great month of January, honey. High five. Thank you. This was good. I'm glad that we landed on SMART goals. And I hope that we've helped you.
I got to give you a lot of credit because you're the one that really has started to spearhead this thing each month.
I'm the admin.
She's the admin. She's doing a great job on setting stuff up.
I'm not totally the admin. My daughter helps me a lot, but I just talk to friends and they give me these wonderful ideas, and I've got some great ideas for July as for the month of independence.
Well, it's your birthday. No wonder you're probably going to be about you all month, Jan. July.
It's not. It's about
I'm sure it will be.
Independence, emotional independence, spiritual independence. There's so much in the month of July that's coming up.
Could be independence for me.
No.
Okay, I just thought
no, not at all. So,
anyways, all right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We hope you got a lot out of this month's topic. And we'll see you on the next episode. Remember, if nobody tells you they love you today, Randy does.
Kathy does.
More importantly,
God does.
God does. Be blessed, everybody. Have a great week.